already gone over to YouTube and watched the Read Aloud, the little book about her life. She's really fascinating. And then after that, after you've watched that, please come watch my demo. We're gonna talk about weaving today. All right, so let's get to that demonstration if you've already watched the Read Aloud. For today's lesson, you're gonna need a sheet of paper, and something heavier works a little bit better. So if you have some cardstock, that would be great, or some other heavier paper. Computer paper is gonna make this a little difficult. All right, also you're gonna need some colored paper cut into about inch wide strips. And this can be thinner paper, that's fine. You're gonna need some scissors, you're gonna need a glue stick, a pencil, and a ruler. So we're gonna put those strips aside. If you don't have colored paper, you can always, color a sheet of white paper with crayon. Make sure it's really nice and solid, crayon or marker, whatever you have, and then cut it up. But it definitely has to be different colored than this paper. Now, our first step is we're gonna fold this in half the short way. Now, to get a good fold, you wanna make sure you line up the top and then hold it and then move your finger back to get a nice crease either side. There you go. All right, now, so we have an open end and we have the fold end. So it's very important that we listen to directions right now, because otherwise you're gonna waste a piece of paper. All right, so the end that is open, you are going to place your ruler right along the top. Line it up with the top. And then you are going to draw a line with your pencil. Okay, see there's a line. Now I want you to write the word stop right above that line. You need to stop when you hit that line. All right, next up, you're gonna take the ruler, you're gonna line it up with the top line that you just drew and the edge of the paper, and you're gonna draw a line straight down. Now, you're gonna do the same thing, line it up with the line you just drew, and straight down. And keep going all the way across. Okay, so you might get a little short section here. It doesn't matter. All right, now for the important reason why we put stop there. You need to cut along these lines that you just drew, but you cannot cut past this top one. This is very important. Do not cut past that top line. So, and you're gonna keep it folded too. So you're gonna start at the bottom and you're gonna cut up towards that top line. Do not cut past it. Stop at that line. Do this all the way across. Cut on the line. Stop when you get to that top line. Do not go past. Okay, cut till you get to the top line. Stop when you get there. Do not go past. Okay, cut, 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 and stop. And one more time. Cut, 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 and stop. All right. There. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna open this up. So, and you should have sections, and it should be attached at the bottom still, and attached over here. All right, so we're gonna be doing some paper weaving, and I'm gonna be saying the same thing over and over and over and over again, and I'm sorry if you get sick of it. All right, so to do weaving, I'm gonna be saying over and under. So you're gonna take your colored strip, and you're gonna go over top of the first bar in your paper. Then you've gotta go underneath the second one. So we've got over that first bar, under the second bar. Now we're gonna go over again and under the next one. Okay, and over and then under. Okay. All right. So once you've got that first one, and you can kind of center this, and I'll show you how to finish it off at the end. All right. Next, you are gonna take your second color. Yes, you need 2 colors of colored strips, no more. It'll just get confusing with more, just do 2. All right, now we started over this first with the pink. So with the orange, I'm gonna go under the first bar and over the second one. Okay, it has to be the opposite of what you did above it. Otherwise, they'll all slide together. So under, over, and this one is under, and then it's gonna be over. So if you do it correctly, they won't slide. So it should be the opposite of the one that is below it. So if this one is over, it should be under. If this one is under, it should be over. Okay, now go back to your first color. My first color was pink, so I'm gonna go back to it. Now, the pink is gonna be exactly the same as the first pink, but it is the opposite of the one that is below or above it, okay? So, I'm gonna go over, and under, okay? So, now you can start to see pink is over, always over on this bar, and orange is always gonna be under this bar. Okay, if it's under, it's gonna be under again. It's the opposite of the orange one above it. Okay, so the orange is on top, pink is below. All right, now we're gonna do our next orange one. All right, so the pink one above it is over this one, so I'm gonna lift this up. I'm gonna thread that through. I'm gonna go over, and then under, and over, and under. All right. So again, you can move these up. It's gonna be a little, there we go. The fold, it's gonna make it a little difficult to move it up, but it's okay. All right, so again, pink was over, so orange is under. Pink was under, orange is over. All right, so now I am going to go back to my pink. And it's gonna be a little bit harder the lower you go with your strips to lift these up. You have to work behind, over, under, over, under. You might have to adjust some things. Now I'm gonna show you what happens when you do it the exact same as the one above it, so you know what that looks like, what happens. All right, so if you do it exactly the same, see, orange is over, pink is over, these are just gonna slide together, okay? So they have to be the opposite to hold the weave. Okay. All right, so let's fix that orange one. This might be our last, might be the last one we have room for here. I think so. Okay. And again, yeah, it gets a little more difficult the closer to the bottom you get. Oops, and I'm gonna have to fix that's pink. All right. All right. So I have basically made it all the way to the bottom with my weave. You notice the checkerboard pattern on my paper now. So we are gonna add a little bit of glue to this to make it hold. So I'm gonna go down the right side first. So I'm gonna do all the oranges and I'm just gonna lift them back and I'm just gonna put a little dot of glue with my glue stick there. If you only have white glue, just do a little small dot. Okay. And there. All right, now I'm gonna go over here on the left with the pink. Dot. 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 Okay. Now, I'm gonna flip my paper over. All right, and then I'm gonna do the same thing I just did on the back side. Okay, so we're gonna do dot of glue, dot of glue, dot of glue. Okay, that's for each of these orange strips. Now we're gonna go to the opposite side. Dot of glue, press it down. Dot of glue, press it down. And dot of glue. Okay, so that'll keep everything in place. Now, once you have glued everything, let it dry for a minute, and then you can trim the ends. So you're just gonna trim along. Cut the strips off at the edge of the paper. And try not to cut the paper that you wove into. All right, boys and girls, here it is, my finished weaving. I'm sure you're sick of listening to me say over and under at this point. Once yours is done, please snap a photo, message me in Dojo so I can see what you've done. I love to see all your artwork. And next week, we are gonna do a really exciting sculpture project with aluminum foil. So I can't wait to show you that, also based on Louise Bourgeois. All right, boys and girls, have a great week. I will talk to you soon.